Cyclocross, the ultimate winter cycling discipline, it requires a couple of things. Firstly, a screw loose, and secondly, to be the most rounded athlete you can be. And I am going to let you into the 5 sessions that have helped me become a much better cyclocross racer and take me from struggling to get top 20s in my local league to getting on the podium.
Now, before we get into the juicy stuff, a bit of background about me. I used to cycle when I was a nipper up to the age of 14. I then wanted to try and be a professional golfer. That didn't work out. I didn't cycle for probably 10, 11 years and then got back into it, I think when I was 25. And from then on, it's been full gas to try and get as fast as I can. So let's get into it with session number 1, and the biggest thing for me, which made the most difference, it was endurance and zone 2 training, putting in the hours. I know not everyone can do this, not everyone's got the time. I'm lucky that I had the time, but it gave me the biggest bang for my buck. It's not sexy, it's not exciting. You go out, you stick your headphones in, you get it done, or in the winter you get it done on Zwift, but just building as much endurance as possible, as much aerobic base. And you hear all the waffle about making the pyramid big at the bottom so you can go higher at the top, and that is exactly the case. And it's not just about going out to Mallorca for a week with the lads and doing a 25-hour week. You've got to commit months, years to trying to build aerobic endurance and a big base. If you can hear creaking, fear not, it's my bike, not my knees. But secondly, all I can say is I bloody hate these. They're absolutely disgusting, but it is over-under type efforts, tempo with surges, just any prolonged effort like that. I absolutely hate it. Give me 30 on, 30 off. I'm up for that. Everyone's got 30 seconds in the tank.
I'm Mr. Lover, girl.
But these prolonged efforts have been mega for me. As much as I despise doing them, it's what it's all about, and it replicates the races a lot more for me. A lot of people think you got a lot of spikes in cross. For me, it doesn't feel like that. There are the spikes where you're going way over threshold, but it's really about what you do after that, staying on the power, and if you can recover while still putting it out. And that's what's been really good for me. I've done some yesterday. They're like tempo with a sprint, and you do the sprint and you've really got to work your backside off to settle back into that tempo pace and keep working. And it's just that accumulation of fatigue that you're trying to flush out the legs while still working at a hard effort. Number 3, skills and drills. Now, if you've watched me through the mountain bike season, you'll know I'm not the most skillful mountain biker, but I do think I am a bit better on the cross bike, and it's taken a lot of practice. Dismounts, remounts were a massive one for me. It wasn't till Chris McLeod picked up on the stutter step I was doing and taught me how to get out of it and remount the bike that made a huge difference. Race starts, practicing them, getting the power down, getting clipped in as soon as you can. Cornering, if there's 30 corners in a race, you can't afford to lose half a second a corner. That's 15 seconds a lap. And also, occasionally your man does bunny hop the hurdles. I say occasionally, but having top skills not only saves you time, but saves you energy where other people are absolutely burying themselves. Now, session number 4, cyclists, take a seat, hold on to your hats. Do not get too disappointed in me, but it is running. This season, I've been working on it a lot more. Now, don't get me wrong, you ain't got to turn into Mo Farah and start running every day. But once, twice a week, just improving your running makes a huge difference. Now, there will occasionally be a course where you end up running more than you're riding and it's bloody miserable. So it helps being a good runner for that. But most importantly, is for when you're dismounting the bike, running upstairs, running over hurdles. You want to try and be as efficient and as fit as possible as a runner to avoid these huge spikes in heart rate. Yes, your heart rate's going to spike, but it's about when you remount, limiting that damage so your heart rate's not maxed out, and then you've got to get back on the bike and try and go. And I have noticed a huge difference for me this year. My running's improved, and every time I dismount to run up a hill, stairs, I feel so much more comfortable getting back on the bike after. Jeez, who's this legend? Back on a bike. Oh, swallowed a fly. Perfect timing for the vlog. Bloody hell, it's been a while since we've seen this legend out. We're just doing a quick hour before we get on to tip or training number 5 that I do. Rocket, do you have any training that you do to be such a legend?
Non-applicable.
Non-applicable. She's just a legend. I don't need to train. I am status level legend. But number 5, this one is really important, and I'm super lucky that I've got a very understanding wife that lets me go to races every weekend. But it is race as much as you can. You can train as hard as you want, put in all the hours, eat the right food, blah blah blah, but nothing compares to getting between the tape, absolutely pinning it and going through hell for an hour. And also just like the skills you pick up, the battling other riders, it massively helps. And I've been super lucky to be able to race a lot. And another thing is just always give it 100%. Good day, bad day, it's all a learning curve, and you can just get out there and pick up so much to take into other weeks, like your cornering, your skills, and it just nothing compares to it. Now I would ask the Rocket if she agrees with that, but until we get to 100k subscribers, she's not doing a race. We'll get a race in one day, don't you worry. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is 5 training strategies or training sessions that I have done that have massively helped improve my racing. Unless you're legendary status like the Rocket, you could give some of these a go. Also, I forgot to mention in the over-under bit, number 2 training session, chain gangs and Zwift races, absolutely mega to bury yourself, feel that burn and just not get any rest on the pedals. So a couple of other things you could throw in there, but I hope this has been helpful, and maybe you can take something into your training and get after it. What have they got to do, Rocket? Like, subscribe, and peace out. Say peace out. Peace out.